4 years back, I really didn't know where could I look, because there was a dearth of work.
Writing, editing, those kind of things, they automatically help you become a better actor. Being an actor helps you become a better writer.
Raj doesn't need my script advice because I just feel like he has that sense. And I guess that's what's made his career, because of good scripts that he's chosen. So I guess he's pretty sorted.
Joining us on midday.com, we have the cast of Paar, that's Aditya, Rawal, and Patralekhaa. Great to see you guys.
The same, Natasha. Nice to see you.
Story is, of course, very interesting. Starting with you, Aditya, you play a tribal who excels in archery. So, being a city boy, I'm sure that was quite a transformation.
Absolutely. That was, I think, the biggest challenge. One has to learn skills and do the deal with the costume and the makeup, which was a heavy sort of intensive process. But I think the biggest process was sort of making that switch from being like a city person born and bred to somebody who has never been to a sort of an urban area, never been outside of his forest. So his relationship with nature, his relationship with his surroundings, his idea of home, and how much deeper the idea of home is for him than say it is for somebody like us. I think that for me was definitely the biggest challenge.
And Patralekhaa, your character has a mysterious element. We don't really know what your real intentions are. So I'm sure that was pretty exciting as well. And how did you get into the character?
So I think my go-to person was the creator and the person who's written the show, Siddharth Sen Gupta. And initially I was, of course, very confused, what's going on and what's happening. But once I sat down with Siddharth sir, and he just seems like so clear about what he knows. So we discussed about it I don't know, a couple of times. And then I read with Aditya and then did some because the language is a little different. So I did a couple of classes. And then I think we just went with the flow.
It's coming out on OTT and people are, of course, very excited. And OTT has grown like never before. So what are your thoughts about that? The massive boom.
During the pandemic, the boom set in and it's just going on. And I just feel like it's great for actors like me. There's so much work that's happening. Back then, 4 years back, I really didn't know where could I look, because there was a dearth of work. But right now, since the boom has happened, there's work, there's good work, there's good content, there are great creators that are making such amazing different stories that couldn't be told earlier for whatever reasons are being told now with so much confidence, because they know that they're not going to be judged on a Friday. And really, I'm just riding the wave, and I'm just lucky to be a part of a time where, there's rise of the content culture in India.
At the same, I think just the wide range of opportunities that it offers us as actors, offers the creators, you're able to tell stories, you're able to explore worlds in greater depth, you're able to be a little bit more honest with your storytelling without having to worry about, bringing in numbers instantly because you can, because that will ensure an opening, and of course, those things are important as well. But, I think as far as what OTT has done, it's really sort of stretched the boundaries of what is possible as makers, as actors, and, so on.
That's so true, in fact, because Patralekhaa, you have always been appreciated for your movies, but you still had that sword hanging that you got to bring in the numbers. So as an actor, was that a bit discouraging back then?
Well, I'll tell you something. So I've done movies where the boy supposedly carries the weight on his shoulder, the hero, the actor, or in some cases even the director. So really, I didn't get the brunt of numbers, but definitely I got the brunt of delivering my work. There was a time where I could deliver. There was a time that I couldn't deliver. There was a time that I was boxed in a certain way and people couldn't see me out of it. So I guess that those were my hurdles, not really the numbers.
And Aditya, you are also a writer. You have been dabbling in different professions as well. So do you feel that has also helped you become the actor you are today?
Absolutely. I think, things like writing, editing, those kind of things, they automatically help you become a better actor. Being an actor helps you become a better writer. Just for example, when you read a script, sometimes the scene itself might not be on the page, might not be conveying what maybe the writer wants to convey. But if you so because I have experience as a writer, I'm able to sort of gauge what the writer is trying to say sometimes. Or even if the scene is conveying it, I the actor needs to bring that understanding as well. And I find that that process becomes a bit smoother for me, because I am able to gauge what the writer is trying to say through the scene, and then try to perhaps bring that out through my performance. And the same even goes for writing, right? Like when I write a scene that I read, and I'm like, maybe, I wouldn't, even I can't say those dialogues. And I know for sure another actor cannot. Or if I know that scene mein, as an actor, if I was to approach that scene, I would say, yeah, this is a flat scene. Then I know I need to rewrite that scene. There's just a small example of how one thing helps the other, and vice versa.
And of course, the lineage you come from, it's pretty surprising that you stay low key because you could totally plot that, my parents are fabulous actors as well. So was
I don't
that
think
something you consciously did? Yeah.
I don't think I could do that, because my parents also stay low key. So, not that I want to. My brother or I sort of flaunting where we come from or what we come from. Not that we even want to, because I think that's just how we've been raised to, keep our head on our shoulders, take a blue collar approach to the work, kind of like put your head down and just keep going. And that's what one strives to do, because I feel like in the long run, it's only your work that really shines through, right?
And same is the case with you, Patralekhaa. Of course, you are also married to another actor who's done fabulous work, but you guys also stay low key or don't really, not at every party, not everywhere. But as two creative people, we all discuss scripts, and is that a part of the relationship as well?
Firstly, we love watching content, that's our greatest love, I think so. And that's what I also kind of we got together initially, because we watched a lot of content. So that was actually the beginning point of our conversation. But coming back to sharing scripts, yes, most of the time, like if I'm confused about something, I definitely do ask him. But it's not like he's reading my stuff and I'm reading his stuff. We just like kind of brush it through each other. And I mean, really, Raj doesn't need my script advice, because I just feel like he he has that sense, and I guess that's what's made his career, because of good scripts that he's chosen. So I guess he's pretty sorted.
Any content that you guys recently really loved on OTT and would love to be part of something like that?
I'm watching The White Lotus right now, which is again streaming on Hotstar. And we watched it together in the pandemic, the first season. I really liked it. And I think the concept is fabulous. And I mean, I would love to be a part of, White Lotus if made in India.
I've been a lifelong fan of the show The Wire. That's something like that is always a dream. But I also loved the two English shows, Fleabag and
I love Fleabag.
Fleabag is just fantastic. And then there's then of course, on the Indian front, things like Scam, of course, is just amazing to be able to sort of be a part of something like that, to be a part of the world. And of course, the opportunity to work with Hansal sir again would be just amazing. So yeah, so I would say, just a whole range of things. Once you start listing them, you realize how many things you want to do.
That's true. And we are nearing the new year. So, any goals that you have set for yourself in the coming year? Both of you.
Beginning of the year, you're always setting goals, right? But by the second month, you're like, what's happening? So I like to just like, I pray that, the year goes well for me, for us, and I just try the way we are. I'm not like I'm not that person that writes down goals and then, I feel like those are inherently in your mind, in your heart, and you're only striving every day to achieve them.
Completely agree. I am also not at all a New Year resolutions kind of guy. But I guess if if one was to say something, I would say I just hope I could be more fearless and jump in with greater abandon.
And it was lovely having you guys. Thank you so much, and looking forward to your show.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It
you.
was a real
Thanks. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.